Yesterday we made some fantastic progress. We unlocked Falcleave. We leveled a bunch. We level 56. Tonight, I'm hoping to, like, match that, you know? I'm hoping to sort of, you know? I don't know what that means, but it's what I'm going for. I'm not even going to bother with this today. I'm not in the mood. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to probably just gun the shit. I usually start at the front line. Like I said before, starting at the front line basically gives you that opportunity to just get the boring stuff out of the way first, and then you got the cool stuff after that. Also, the closer you do frontline to 5 PM, the better your queues are, because that's when the reset time is. People don't really PvP in this game. There is some PvP that's done, but it's not a lot of PvP, and you know, you have to jump in early. Oh, class quest? Eh. I'm not too worried about the next ability. Oh, well, it is a big one, right? Raw intuition. Look. I am on the verge of being almost entirely certain that I will not get the Airy as my level in dungeon. I was so lucky to get the other one. Okay? I was so lucky to last night, because last night, for those that weren't here, I got Somal as my level in dungeon when I was level 53. I won't get it again. As much as the system might claim to be smart, I think that was just a fluke. That was like a literal lucky 6, you know? That was a D20 rolling a 20. Ash, Raw Intuition is the shit. That's the one, right? People said that that's the ability. You know, Falcleave might be the flashy one, but Raw Intuition's the silent carrier. Not of disease or infection, but of the team. You know? So, yeah, I get it. I get it. What happens if this pops while I'm busy doing a mini cacpot? We're about to find out. I need you to speed do the cacpot. Wow. Well, okay. 789! Hey! Don't buy the next one. This is about to pop up. That's a win. That's disturbing. Okay. How did your art party and wedding reception end up being, Ash? I hope you guys had fun. I forgot to ask, because I'm not sure if I spoke to you again after it, but I hope it was fun. Oh, I like this one. Unsal Haker. Danshig Nadam. I'm glad you had fun. That's cool, that's cool. I like seeing Kiki Boo Kiki Lou again. That's very nice. I like the fact that you were like 90% Lala Felon company. It makes me happy. Yeah. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. Blotta. Can I say something? This is insane. I'm done. That's all I wanted to say. So what's insane here is that there's basically nothing. There's basically nothing. Where are the abilities? This is all the abilities. Where are the rest of them? Like, what the shit? I'm like, okay, let's put the rest of the abilities in the bars. There are no more abilities. I can have like a 5... No. No, this can't be. Like, this can't be. Am I missing something? Primal Rend is there. Onslaught is there. Orogeny is there. Bloater is there. Dude, this is insane. Bloater is there, yeah. Bloodwetting is there. Primal Scream is there. Falcleave. I can't click it. Can only be executed while unaffected in a release. Oh, shit. Do they want me to put my regular abilities on the bars here? Does this work? In a release. Does it work? Let's find out. Because if so, this is the worst UI and the worst presentation of abilities that I've ever seen in a video game. Like they've done a seriously bad job. Because like, why would they not just put it in the list here? This is the PvP list. Like, what is going on? What are they doing, man? Silver, what's up? You shouldn't need your PvE one? No. Are you serious? Because, like, what the heck's going on here, then? Where'd this guy go? Oh, there he comes. No, I can't use the PvE one. Okay. Yeah, I can't use them. No, I just don't understand then. Where are all the abilities? This is it. I've got them all on my bars. It's looking a little bare. That can't be all that warrior has. I don't know, man. Like, the only ones that I can actually use actively is Primal Rend and Storm's Path combo. Oh, here we go. Okay. So if any weapon skills are not ready, the combo will start again. Action changes to Falcleave while under the effect of inner release. Okay, where's inner release? How do I get inner release? Doesn't say anywhere. There's no inner release here. I'm so confused. Primal Scream gives in release. Primal Scream. Ah. Wow, so your limit break. Grants inner release and thrill of battle. Okay. I mean, still, I have 3 active abilities. This is really weird. Okay. If it is really that simple and I need to basically use my limit break 24/7, then what I'm thinking is that might not be a terrible thing. But why can't I use it now? Okay, I mean, I'm dead now, of course, but why else can't I use it? What team are we, by the way? We are red. Are we red? We are red. We win. Okay. So, Blow-tie is the pull, yes. Alright. Primal Rend delivers the jump in attack and stuns. Okay, and then Primal Scream. I don't understand how this works, so I'm gonna have to figure it out. Yeah. Let's go over here. We're being sandwiched by these teams. There's too many here, don't bother. These damn donuts everywhere. Come here, you shit. Heal me. Jeez, man, the healing is actually insane. I can just spam G and then it heals me fully. Yeah, my mana has to regenerate, but like, still pretty good. Okay, we full on limit break. Let's try it out again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check the training dummy out. You shits, come here. Okay, dude, we owned. We owned. I think I'm getting the hang of it. Until I get gankoed by the whole team. That was really good, okay. But I should go check the dummy out, because I don't quite understand. Hey, we're winning, sort of. We're sort of winning. We're sort of winning. Like, we're about to be winning. That's it. Now with these two, we should be winning. Ah, with this one, we definitely winning. Let's get in there. You. Shit. Okay. Yeah, so the reason I lasted longer is because I found the heal button. And it's a stupid, like, instant cost 15,000 heal. Well, no, oh, dude, of course I can last a lot. Look. Okay. So, let me show you quickly. If you want to last long and not die, you just don't go into the center. You don't go in and be the guy, you know? And if you're not the guy, this is fine if you're not the guy. You don't have to be the guy every time. But, like, if you want to be the guy, then needless to say, you're gonna die. The guy dies. This warrior can't get away. We have to chase him. See, I'm about to be the guy again, but it's fine. We got him. Okay. Okay. That's the blue and yellow team clashing. So let's get back. Oh, there's a big boy over there. Let's go for that one. Is no one going for this one? Blue? No. I'm putting an end to this. So the reason I ran out here quickly was to give my team a chance to set up in the choke and to give the yellow team a chance to come from behind. And that's the GG. I just won that point for us. Lily got dressed up for a 50th wedding anniversary, and you said she's not even been alive that long, and she admitted to being a vampire. That did in fact escalate quickly. What? Jeez, a 50th. I mean, what? Maybe it's like some friends of her parents or something? 50th wedding? Yeah, maybe it's her parents' anniversary. That was like the very definition of strategic death. The very definition. Very definition. Fantastic death, like one of my best. And I've had a lot of deaths. Most of them good. Yet I'm calling that one of the best. Don't push out so far, dudios. It's pointless. There is no point to it. Bad RNG. Yeah, I'd say, dude. We have nothing on our side. But it's all coming to us now. Alliance. Middle. Down. Let's go. Hey. Target me. Did I get him? Did they? Okay, maybe. This is the most important one of the whole game right now. So basically, if the Flames get it, they might take the win. If the adders get it, we don't give a shit, so they can take it if they want. So we technically, we want yellow to take it, but if we take it, we win for sure. I have to take off a day to play the advanced edition of Into the Breach. Do I own Into the Breach? I might not even own that game. Well, I mean, I'm almost certain I don't. We got it! This is a win. I'm chasing this guy. I actually don't think I own it. Epic gave it? Oh, then I must have it. Okay. Fantastic. I mean, I didn't buy it, is what I'll actually just say. Epic gave that away. Huh. And they... Wait, so Epic gave it away and they're releasing a free update to it. Jesus. That's really nice of them. Wait, is this from Chucklefish proper? Or is this from Chucklefish or is it from one of their, like, subdivisions? Are they just publishing it or did they actually produce it? We need that one. If we get that one, we win. I heard Into the Breach is very good, yeah. Ah! I got it. We win, dude. We win. We win. We win. Check it out. That's a GG. I think we just wait now. Same happened to FTL. Oh. Dude, Chucklefish are the bomb. I have had fantastic dealings with Chucklefish over the years. Their PR team is insane. I have nothing but love for them, and they have nothing but love back for me. So, yeah. I've never played Into the Breach, no. No, dude. Speaking of love for them, I actually have an email to send them because they sent me an email and I didn't send anything back. Ah, shit, it's good too. Well, that ruins that. 789. Twice in a row, dude. Hauser? What up? Yo. Wow! Holy crap, dude! Oh my god, that's a win! What the... Dude! I actually got 789, 789, and then 123. That actually more than makes up for every other loss that I had like this past week. That's crazy. That's insane. That's actually the best luck I think I've had thus far. Hauser brings the luck, dude, yeah. Well, it's one win and 2 second places. Yeah, I think that's pretty damn great. Yeah. Let's not undersell here, doodly-loodles. Come on. Let's not undersell this monumentous occasion, okay? Let's not. Let's not. Yeah, the Chucklefish guys are publishing a card game. Wild Frost, I think it's called. Is it called Wild Frost? I think it might be called Wild Frost. And it's coming out sometime. I don't know when. So that's something to look forward to, I suppose. It's like a... I think it's like a Slay the Spire style. I'm not sure if it's Slay the Spire style. It might be more card game than Slay the Spire, but I don't know. The trailer is out. You can check it out. Oh shit. Do I have to go get a new ticket for the big one? No, I didn't get a new one. I'll go fetch it. I can look for you if Rado's still in Diablo. I'm just buying 2 random ones. Let me check for you. Battle.net opens in like 2 seconds, so... It's the naval. For leveling? Oh, I guess that's good. He's not currently in Diablo. The only person online right now is Luthira in Burning Crusade Classic. What level are we? 36. Oh, Titan. Didn't ask. Oh god. Yeah, do you guys want to join? Because I'm gonna do more. Dude, I'm doing so many more dungeons tonight. Like, I'm gonna be busy the whole night. I'm just go in. It's called power leveling, guys. it's called power leveling. No time for chit chat. No time to be idle in any way. Why is he standing next to me? That seems like a terrible idea. Rithu Clarive. What is this music and why is it changing so much? My apologies, dudos. Why can't I select him? Oh, the heart. Get the heart! Oh, it's the Beehive song. Literally sounds like a hive of bees. This Titan fight is a buzzkill. It's really boring, man. There's like nothing going on here. I mean, it's totally worth it for the experience. Like it's totally worth it for the experience. Like it takes like 3 minutes and I get a third of a level. That's crazy. That's crazy. I take it. Okay. So what I have to do still tonight is Alliance Raid is 100% worth it. Main scenario is 100% worth it. I'm totally down with doing main scenario later when chat is not around, because like I know like people sort of do other things a little bit later in the evening. Like Ash is usually dinner, or like Spokiro is maybe doing something else, or like anyone else is doing like usually later. It's better to do the stuff that's boring. So if anyone wants to do some leveling dungeons, I'm cool to jump in. If you want to do leveling roulette or 50, 60, 70, that's fine as well. I don't really care. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. And I'm down. So if anyone from chat would like to come with, I mean, on that note, if anyone from chat wants to do Alliance raids, that's fine as well. I'm down for that too. Totally cool. Totally cool. So, yeah, Alliance raid, even main scenario, leveling 50, 60, 70, 80. And then selected dungeons, all good. You glam hunting? How does that even happen? How do you do that? Wait, is Lily gonna join too? Is Lily playing at the moment? Like playing? Not like sitting in an art party. Like is she gonna join for the actual dungeon? What does she do? Does she heal? What does Lily do? That sounds good. Playing? Okay. Okay. Oh, she mains dancer? That's fantastic. Dude, you know, it's nice to like sort of mess around with other stuff. Like, you know, a lot of people, like Helene, for instance, she started playing WoW, she started playing Priest as her main, and she's literally spent 95% of her time on Priest. And now she's starting to, because she's just too good on Priest now, she's starting to branch out and do some slightly different stuff. Like she's playing on, at the moment I think she's playing on Warlock, which isn't really that different. But she was playing on Mage before, she was playing on Hunter. She's sort of messing around with other stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if she tanks soon as well, just because she'll probably do Mythic Plus and tank it. That's just, you know, you plan your glamours and find items you like. So kind of grinding and waiting for queues and such to get the items. Got 2 ninja glams in the works. Oh. Is she a team healer then? I mean, she mains healer, yeah. But Mythic Plus, so it's a 5-man group in WoW. She's the healer. 1 tank, 1 healer, 3 DPS. But she's doing it on DPS as well. Like, she's done Mythic Plus, I don't know what, like, I think she's done like 15 or 12 or like around, she does Mythic Plus on her Shadow Priest, her Warlock, and her Hunter as well. But her healer is the one that's like over 25. I don't know what it's at, but she goes hard. She goes hard, unlike me. Like, she goes really hard. Like, think of the most difficult content in a game. In any game, she's doing that. so yeah. Very, very polar opposite at the moment to me. Anyway, yeah, so, fine, I'll invite Ash. Let's just wait for my friend list to, boom, boom, boom. What is the Sprout? How is she still a Sprout? Oh my god. How is she still a Sprout? Huh. That's amazing. It is premium. Does she do 15 fortified and tyrannical in all dungeons for mount? Does she do 20s for teleport? She's doing like 25s or 23s or 24s or rather she's long gone done, yeah. I think she's done with it. She's got teleports to a lot of the dungeons already. Yeah. She just plays a lot, man. Dude, she just plays a lot. She spent a lot of time fishing. Understand? Okay, got it. Okay, what do you guys want to do? What do you want to queue up for? Need to complete Shadowbringers and get 200 or 400 hours. Hey Lily, of game time to longer be a Sprout. Dude, can you believe it? I'm actually no longer a Sprout. Can you believe that? I'm a returning veteran now. That's me. I'll do 50, 60, 70. Beware vampires. You've not done any roulette? Let's do all the roulettes then. I'm down. Okay. Let's go. We do 50, 60, 70, then we do leveling. I'm super keen. Yeah, so what I wanted to say was to Ratto or anyone else, the WoW Mythic Plus stuff has been to me fascinating, and I think that the other games in the MMO space actually need to sort of look at what World of Warcraft is doing with... Oh, she's changing her class. 50, 60, 70. Just change whatever you want for that. Yeah, cool. They must look at what WoW's doing with Mythic Plus and do something, because like something similar in Final Fantasy XIV would really be kind of fun, where you can push yourself on the 4-man content instead of pushing yourself on only the savage raids and stuff like that, and then it gives you even more use of the dungeons and stuff that they have already got in place. The Mythic Plus system is just great, and then the vault system where you get your rewards and stuff like that. It's a good system. It gets kind of difficult, dude. God damn. Yeah, I know. I know, Rado. I know. She pugs it, by the way. She pugs all of it as well. She has no friends. She had a group of friends once that she played with a bunch, but she said they got too clingy, and then she had to break up with them. I love it. That's my wife. God damn. Hello? Hello? Let's go, let's go. She's just busy like playing a dainty tune back there. Who are we? Oh. Did I do the wrong thing here? Oh shit. I think I did the wrong thing. Why are the Tonberries attacking us? I feel like that shouldn't be. Should we go? I think we gotta go. I think we gotta go. Come, come, come. That's the guy that kills us. Yeah. But yeah, like the idea of doing anything above like Mythic plus 15 is daunting. It's a pretty daunting prospect. Like, it's insane. This is sort of like a little gauntlet, right? You have to actually rush this piece, like the whole thing, because like the guy follows you all the way, right? Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm moving on. I'm gonna pop a cooldown for this. Is she on Summoner? Yeah, she is on Summoner. Interesting. I think I made a mistake and accidentally attacked the Tonberries. I don't think it was meant to be. Oh well. Oh no, 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 it can't be. I don't know. I just felt like they shouldn't have been our enemies. But, yeah, whatever. I feel like our healer is really good, because I'm not taking any damage. Unless my... Oh, no, no, my item level is just really high as well. I mean, yes, our healer is really good, but like... Hey, Wablin, I'm actually still having a fantastic time. More so now that I just got Fell Cleave. Fell Cleave is... I'm really enjoying this, like, Infuriate, which is like the shot of rage. You just have so much more flexibility with the rotation now. It has made it all quite a bit more fun. But, you know, the main thing I think for me that's sort of bringing it together at the moment is the fact that the abilities, even with all the like added, and I'm gonna say bloat. I don't mean bloat in the way maybe that you think I mean it, but like even with the ability bloat, I'm still sort of feeling at the moment at least like it's not too much and it's not annoying. You know, the stuff that they've added thus far is not pointless. So I'm still kind of feeling like, hey, most of these buttons are kind of worth pressing, and they don't, like, for me, just feel like a frustration to press. And I think that with Paladin, that's the point that I got to. So I'm only comparing this now to the other tanks. And, I mean, I'm not going to compare it much to Dark Knight, because I just don't like Dark Knight. But it felt like that with Paladin, and Gunbreaker was also heading in the same kind of direction, where I think they got needlessly carried away with the complexity of the cooldowns, sorry, the rotations, and the cooldowns, of course, but the complexity of the rotations, and it just, at the end of the day, it yielded nothing. It just made everything more frustrating to play. And I'm not saying that they need to homogenize everything. I'm not saying that they need to water everything down to the level that they did in PvP. What I'm actually saying is that there's a middle ground to find with a lot of the classes. And I feel like Square Enix is actually just not really quite there yet. They haven't found that middle ground yet. They might one day. It's possible. I feel like with a few of the classes, they have actually attained that. But yeah, man, like I don't know. Unfortunately, like I think Bard is also one of the classes now, from my personal experience, that just feels over bloated for absolutely no reason. Absolutely no reason. Yeah, you see, Deathcore, the thing is, the jobs need to feel unique, and your classes need to feel like they have some or other, and it's not a niche in terms of their power or what they bring to the team, a niche in terms of how they feel to play. Like, you know, just something different for every class in terms of the playstyle. And the problem, I think, with Final Fantasy is that they currently, at least, have a situation where they have like 3 or 4 classes that like really nail it. They are so good at again what they do, and then some of the others, they just have no identity. It feels like a bunch of random abilities that they've thrown together. I don't know where to go. Where to? And that's the unfortunate like truth. Which one for me, Paladin, felt like that? Then again, you could say I didn't play the max level Paladin, so I don't know. And I think that Bard specifically, when I got to the higher levels, it was all thematic. Like it was all really like on point with the theme, where you had to play the songs and stuff and string them together. But then they had 2 different sets of stuff that you needed to track, and I felt like they overcomplicated it for no. You think it's a personal thing? I don't know. Like, I feel like it can... Ooh, this is bad. It could be considered a personal thing in that I don't like overly complex classes. Absolutely, yes. That's a me thing. And some people like it. Like, as an example, this is something that's like... I've personally read about a bunch on the Final Fantasy subreddit, is that there are like a good 50% of Summoner players right now who want old Summoner back. Okay? So they say that, oh, you've maimed my beautiful class. But, you know, from what I read, everything that they did to Summoner brought it more in line with the idea of Summoner, and brought it more in line with the more modern designs that they've done on classes. Like, it's impossible. Like, they can't win that fight. They can't. They absolutely can't. So, like, people are angry now that Summoner is dumbed down all the way, and it's a no-skill class and this and that. But, like, the flip side is that people are saying, and this is what I'm probably going to believe instead, is that it feels like a Summoner now, and it's sort of the kind of thing now that everyone can actually enjoy as well. So, you know, God. Now, but when it comes to class design, I don't think I've played enough of the game to really critique it. But from my limited perspective and point of view, there are classes, the designs are a little all over the place, and there are classes that are like perfect. They nail it. And then there are classes that just feel a little loose. And I think that it's fine, you know? I think that we're going in that door now, right? Because they seem to every now and then just decide, hey, it's time to rework a class. Yeah, 70 minimum to judge them. No, I guess that's true. But like the ones that I'm talking about right now, the ones that I've been referring to, I do definitely have above. Oh, you know what's a good design? I think probably the best design class that I've ever played is Red Mage. You know, because like Red Mage is the very definition of clear and concise, but fun to play and flair. Like, it is simple yet satisfying. Like, it comes down to it being simple and satisfying. Man, you know, in many ways the style of play, just for whatever reason, didn't appeal to me. But that's more the style of the class, and not so much the style of the gameplay itself. But yeah, man, like Red Mage is actually the perfect example of how, in my opinion, they can make a class feel really powerful and useful and really unique, and have it have a lot of style, but also make people happy with the fact that, you know, in this case, it's accessible, it's the highest played class, boom, 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 boom. Like, it's a good one. It's a good one. I don't know, dude. I'm not in a good place to judge it now. You know, I have not attained that kind of mastery in a game since I played, like the last game that I knew enough about to be able to judge like that level of metagaming is Hearthstone. I've never played anything else as much as that in recent years. In the past 10 years, I've spent more time in Hearthstone than anything else. So that's the only one I could probably give like an educated opinion on. And I probably can't anymore because I haven't played in ages. But yeah, that's what it comes down to. Is I don't think I know enough to really weigh in. And most of the people in chat know more than I do. So. But like, long story short, I like it when they design classes to feel like the class. In other words, the warrior should feel like a warrior. It should be all about rage and rah and smash and slash and spin. And there shouldn't be too much thinking with it. There should just be go, go, go. And then I do feel like the rogue or the ninja should require a little bit of planning. It should have been sort of a little bit tactical. It would have been cool if they mixed some stealth in there. I see they went the ninjutsu route, which is actually fantastic. It's a great fit as well. Yeah, like, just basically these themes for the classes, I think it really works. And that's what they, a while ago, started doing with World of Warcraft. And in a lot of cases, it shows quite well and it works quite well. Like, with World of Warcraft, a lot of the classes, they just feel so amazing, man. It never used to be like that, by the way. Man, I'd really love to play Black Mage as well. I'd love to play Black Mage as well. I'm probably going to play Black Mage as well, but it might only be after Endwalker. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe at some point I level, like maybe I hit level 70 on Warrior, and then I suddenly just decide, oh my god, this class sucks so many balls. And then I never want to play it again. Maybe that happens. Jesus, woe be all of you. I think everyone will just leave then, if that happens. But you know, you can't be too sure. You can't be, you can't be too sure, guys. Why are there so many tonberries around? Sorry, I'm just getting the tonberries. There we go. Wait, I'm not supposed to get them? Oh, are we supposed to kill those little guys? I don't know what to do with the mechanics. I was gonna ask why not play Black Mage if you keep talking about how badly I want to. Oh, because I want to play Endwalker even more badly. and to be honest, so my biggest thing right now is that A, I want to play Endwalker, and B, I'd really kind of like to tank. I know a lot of people think maybe it's a bad idea for me to tank. They think I'm not a great person to do the tanking because I might be a little, like, sort of, you know, flappy in the wind. But you know, I still like the idea of having quick queues and having a... do I have this? An important role, and having, you know, the frontline seats. And there's a lot of reasons I like tank. And I came up as a tank. In World of Warcraft, I played tank. I also played Paladin all the way through to Shadowbringers. So, in Final Fantasy. So, tanking, you know, it's okay. I'm fine with it. And I really wanted to go into Endwalker as a tank. So, I didn't want to play the other tanks. I don't like Dark Knight at all. It's just not my thing. Gunbreaker, I didn't enjoy. I don't know. I'm enjoying Warrior more than Gunbreaker already. And Paladin, I didn't like that they went for magic with it. So like... yeah, it's whatever. And so that's the reason I'm not going for Black Mage now. And honestly, I read about Black Mage a bunch, and I think that Black Mage might be a little too much. Like, because I think that it actually asks you to know the fights a lot better. I'm queuing for leveling roulette now. So Black Mage might be a bad idea. Warrior is apparently like super easy, so I'm down for that. Cellophane12, what up? Thanks for following. I appreciate that. Cool. You think a new summon is fab? The first time you played it at 50, it was painful. Yeah, so it'll obviously have an adjustment period. I don't like That's actually maybe one. That might be the reason I didn't enjoy Gunbreaker. I don't like starting halfway through. You know? You can play it without any knowledge, but your damage will be horrible. Oh, great! Yeah, sounds perfect for me. Oh, shit. I don't have my second AoE. God damn. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Oh, Luna Thade is healing. Don't worry about it. Okay. I don't want to run out of range. I'm going to read what you're saying now. I can always make my way through all the dungeons and pretend I'm leveling. Oh, you mean like with Gunbreaker? Yeah, actually people suggested doing Palace of the Dead for Gunbreaker, and if I'm being real, it's actually one of the smartest things people have said. Oh, dude, it comes down to knowing the job. I think that with something like with something like, let's wait right here. With something like the one that I was talking about, Black Mage, I feel like we would probably, most likely, just have to spend a lot of hours playing the game. So basically, to get to a decent point, I would just have to play a lot. And that's the thing, knowing your job well enough and adapting during fights, yes. But the reasoning for people saying, oh, with Black Mage you need to know more, you need to know the fights like inside out, is because of your 2-minute or 3-minute cooldown, which is the ley line. And if you ruin it, your DPS is just shot, you know? And what happens is you put down a marker on the ground, and if that happens to be in like a hot zone where all the mechanics happen, then you're screwed. It takes me a while to get a read for the tanks Hassenhut, to the healer Hassenhuts. Like, I have to know. So sometimes I go into it and I don't pop any mitigation because I think that, like, you know, let's hope for the best. But then I take a bit more damage than I'm comfortable with, and then I pop a couple of mitigations, and I you know, I regret it entirely. But then the next fight, obviously, I'll be able to adjust and I'll know exactly what's going on, so it's not a problem. Well, I mean, my mitigations are always, my cooldowns are always on cooldown. I cycle them through all the way, all the time. Like right now, this one just came up and that one just came up, and I just used Reprisal, and the pool before that I used Arm's Length. But we're waiting for Luna quickly. Let's go. Of course I want heals. Yeah, Lily's healing. Yeah. I like being able to handle those by myself. On Warrior, that's something you can do. Guys, don't forget about the Doom. Lily and Adis, don't forget about the Doom. It's behind you now, Lily. Shit. We're fine. I stunned it. I stunned it. I stunned it. Leave the ads, kill the boss. Okay. Good shit. Why is chat male? Oh. Chema, what's up? Konnichiwa, Lumen-chan, and Chat-kun. Is that male? You had a friend who said Black Mage is all about knowing mechanics. What mechanics you can eat. Cellophane, that's exactly right. It's like you need to know... I think it's two things. I read about it recently, right? It's that... You need to know, A, which mechanics won't insta-kill you, and then B, how much you can push the healers. In other words, like how much you can push them before they'll break and get angry at you. So it all depends on who you're playing with, like all of it. And yeah, it's basically like, hey, if you know your shit inside and out, and you play like incredibly well, but because you do it the way you do it, I just accidentally stunned this guy here in the wrong place. Because the way you do it, you end up taking a lot of extra damage, but you do obviously in turn make the experience a whole lot smoother. I missed that now, it's my fault. Then, you know, it's like a trade-off that people need to make, right? It's a trade-off that people need to actually decide is okay. I got it. There you go. Okay, just run past. Wait, is Lily a scholar usually? Oh. Okay, I didn't know that. I like White Mage, but it's the only healer I've played, so there's a certain level of bias. I'll stop here quickly and we can fight. I actually enjoy this dungeon. Probably not a sentiment that a lot of people share. I'm gonna try Sage, but you're overwhelmed with the skills. You watch a video and the guy was like, this is one of the most complex jobs. Why though? God! But I think that was the ebb and flow of the new patch, right? So I read about Reaper versus Sage, and to me what it came down to was Reaper was like a super easy to get into, okay? Easy to get into and fun DPS class, and then Sage was the more complex and like slow burning healer. Slow burning being like, you know, it'll take you a while before you get your full enjoyment out of it. And I actually think that that's fine, but I also think that at the same time, they maybe would have been better off flipping those roles. So like having the DPS be the difficult one rather than the healers, so that you can have more healers in the queues, you know? That's the way I see it. Is like you want more healers in the queues, so make the healer the easier one. Go, 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 go. Come on. Yes. We have really good DPS. Well, I mean really good. It's good DPS. If you can finish that in 2, because I've had it like twice in the last few days now, where we had to spend 3 phases on that. Like, you don't want to spend 3 phases on that shit. No one wants to spend 3 phases on that. Okay. And because of all of the stuff that people have said about Black Mage, I am very excited to give it a try one day. But it's not something I can do right now. And it's like, I don't mind like playing something easier, simpler now, like the Warriors, like seems like a good place to be. And like, I'm sure Warrior is not just like super simple and like easy and whatever, whatever. I'm sure there's some complexity to it. Did that really not count? Did I'm sorry to say, that seems mostly on the platform. Like, come on, man. Now that it stands up, it looks like it's a little bit off, but fine. Here we go. Okay. On we go. I keep accidentally pressing Shift X to do my second part of my combo. Okay, we good. Good shit, dudes. Good shit. God, I hate these. Like anything that does a AoE the whole time, like constantly, is annoying. Okay, here we go. A portion of the wall vanishes. Looked like a door opening to me. Come on, Didas, let's go. Perfect chess piece you want to drop from the first run of your Alliance raid. Congrats. That's sick. Hey, you're in 5.5 now? Fantastic. Wait, so you bought Endwalker. Did you buy Endwalker back when it came out, us nerds? I actually bought it the moment it was announced. So I've had it since it was announced. And I obviously never played it, so. I got the earrings and all that stuff. Waited till it was on GMG. Understandable. Nice. That guy's about to get 3 commendations. Okay, now I am about to queue up. Earrings are a good investment. Dude, yeah, they go up to like level 80. Yeah, dude, level 80. They make it, honestly, an opportunity you cannot pass up on. You cannot pass up on it. You just cannot. Yeah. Too good, dude. Too good. I'm going to queue up for... you guys are welcome to join or not. I'm going to queue up for Trials first, and then, because it's quick fun, and then Alliance Raids. Trials, then Alliance raids. Trials are like, oof, it's a nice experience as well. Okay. Cool, you ready? Trials are nice, dude. I did 2 days in a row now, the trial, and I left happy every time. It was good. It's a pity I'm now obviously a lower level, like up to 57, the trials are, you know, but... You dislike that shields don't stack? Do shields stack in World of Warcraft? I don't think they do. No. If you cast a power word shield and then it takes a bit of damage and you recast it, it just tops it up to where the maximum is. So it has a max, and every time you recast it, it puts it back at the max. That's how a shield works in WoW. But obviously in World of Warcraft, there's less of that kind of stuff. Like, you know, there's only the one healer that really has that, right? I don't know. Shields are a very difficult design. Because shields are and people don't always, like, one of the things that I heard not recently, long time ago already, but I heard about was they don't like preemptive healing. They don't like stuff that prevents damage. The game devs and the balance designers prefer that the damage always resolves and then you tend to it afterwards. They want that to happen. Yeah. Astrologian is lots of buffs now, right? It's a huge amount of buffs. I don't know if it has shields anymore. You can Ash obviously plays on it, so he would know, but... Oh, here we go, dude! It's Titan hard mode. Okay. Okay. I just did the other one, huh? I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm about to die. This is one thing I just don't know. I don't know this shitty instance. I don't know this instance. I don't know it. I love it, but I don't know it. I think I'm supposed to start my fight with Infuriate ×2, and I didn't really do that. Next time. I think I'm supposed to start my fight like that. Okay, so now what do we do? This was the last one to drop, so we stand here. Okay, I know that mechanic. This music is so weird. Oh, the hot. Okay, it feels much the same as the non-hard mode one, to be honest. Shit. Definitely getting hit, yeah. Here we go. Yeah, this wasn't so bad. You're struggling to get back into your white mage. Dude, white mage might seem like, from like the surface level, like a super easy to play and simplistic class. And while it is all straightforward, it still has a lot of buttons to press. And especially when you do the higher level gameplay with the lotus petals or whatever it's called, that stuff, like, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, it's a good experience. Well, for what it is, it's a good experience. Lilies, thank you. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, now it's Alliance. So it's probably 50 as well. It is, right? Yeah. Three to the 2 to the 1 and Q. What level is my white mage? I think my white mage is actually at level 80. Yeah, I did play white. It's the only healer I got to 80. I think if I do play another healer, I'm super curious about Astrologian, but I know in my heart of hearts that it might be a little bit much. Like, if I had to pick one like class here to be like properly good at, I'd probably say Astrologian would be really fun as that kind of pick. Even though Black Mage would obviously be like the greatest pick, but like, still, of the healers, like Astrologian, that whole class based buffing system with the cards and all of that, it seems really complex to get into, but really fun if you can pull off. And what I think is probably the most like rewarding part of that entire thing is that you are constantly making your friends feel cooler, because your people that you are playing with, you're giving them buffs, you're making them stronger, more powerful, feel better about their gameplay. You're gonna give them like a bunch of like, oh shit, I'm so cool, or this is fantastic moments, and that's great, you know? You're going to push them beyond their wildest expectations. And you're going to be doing that alone, right? You alone. That's cool. Like, that's a cool position to be in. I think that might be a waste of real estate. I must redo a bit of this. I feel, personally, that this entire section is like, I've really nailed this down. Like this is pristine, top-notch, this is Garden and Home magazine level shit right here. This section, it's really nice. Cause like it's just, it fits in so nicely. I've got the garden, I've got the, and you know, you've got the, and then you've got this there, and you've got that there, and like, it's perfect. But the other side, I feel like it doesn't have as much of an identity. We're gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to revisit it. Holy is the true power of White Mage, yeah. Holy is honestly, it is to me the most fun spell, single spell in the entire game. But it has a huge limiting factor, which is the big but. It does only work in dungeons, as you say. Like in raids and stuff, it does on like a lot of the trash and stuff. But you're not going to go into like progression raid and spam Holy. No, it makes it more fun when you can like run through a dungeon and see the entire pack get stunned, and see the like, you know, the fruits of your labor, just like that rosehip, dude. Rosehip. That's my father's main export at the moment. Glare is cool, but like, yeah, Glare is cool, but like, it ain't no Holy. I met a couple today. It was actually like a trip, dude. It was really weird. The guy was currently a farmer, and he lived on a farm. He lived and he owned a farm between, you don't, these names don't really matter, but Kaladin and Rafir Sonrent, okay? So it's like he lived on a farm in that area, right? And he was currently trying to do, like, you know, vineyards and wine on his farm, right? So like he's trying to transition into growing vineyards and making wine. And then the mother there, the wife, was a teacher. So the farmer and the teacher, right? And they live in this specific place. Now, my father has for like more than half of his life been the farmer. My mother has been for a massive portion of her life the teacher. And we lived on a farm in almost exactly the same area. And then this guy was literally wearing the exact same jacket as my father, like this puffer jacket. And he was wearing the same short jeans that all farmers always tend to wear, the same button shirt that's hanging a little bit too loose. and then she told me that, oh yeah, he was busy crop dusting till 9:30 p.m. last night. We almost didn't make it this morning. God damn, dude. It's like, it sounds like literally I met like my parents' doppelgangers. Except their kids were teenagers. And here my sister and I are like, we're in our 30s, so it's not really the same. But it was kind of funny to me. I know it doesn't really mean much to anyone, but it was just hilarious. That I met these people that were so close to... Must I run away? I must run it through her, right? Through here, through there. I don't remember what to do with this. There we go. Okay. Oh, I don't even have my tanking spec on. I mean, I don't need to do anything yet, but yeah. Yeah, I see Ash doing the mechanic now. Good. I should have saved that to say it when Silver was here. I don't know. I don't think Silver is here right now. He would have liked to have heard that. Because that's the kind of thing Silver comes here for. Ancient Flare. Oh, we did. Oh, we survived. So what else is worth doing tonight? I think I'm making 60 tonight. Well, I'm most likely making 60 tonight. Because I'm going to... After this, I'm doing main scenario, which I don't, by the way, I don't expect the Thades to join me for that if they're not in the mood. If you're not keen on that, it's totally cool. I get it, 100%. It's boring as shit, dude. But I'm gonna probably do that still after this because I do feel like it's worth it for the experience. As much as I'd like to do fun stuff for leveling, that's the one thing that I think is the most important right now to do because it just gives so much. But yeah, I totally understand if you guys didn't want to do that. What's the second alliance raid? It's Ivalice, right? No, wait, no. Heaven's Word is not Ivalice. Stormblood is Ivalice. That's the level 71. And then Heaven's Word is... I can't check right now. I'm trying to remember what Heaven's Word's... oh, Void Ark, right. Void Ark is it's a little boring to me right now already. Ivalice is definitely more fun. Chew, 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 chew. Shit, dude. I throw one damn axe. I didn't actually want to tank. Yeah, you can take it. There you go. Sure thing, man. Sure thing. Oh, I've got it again. Dude, just take it then. Taunt it if you want. All three tanks are standing here like fools next to each other. Do they have it? Do they have it? Do they have it? Come on, Dark Knights. I even stopped attacking for a while. There you go. They've got it. Alright. Ah, turn off tank stance. Yeah. No, I don't want to... Because then I'm going to forget to turn it back on. I should actually bind it to a key that I can press. You know? You know what? Why not shift 5? No, actually I might need shift 5. I don't know what I use shift 5 for. Can we go for this? Can we do anything with this? No. I honestly like having things bound on keys. That's what shirk is for? Ah, see? See? Dude, they give me shirk and I forget about it immediately. Like, I forget that shirk even exists. Even though it's a thing in every single MMO. Like, even World of Warcraft has shirk. Thanks, man. I'll try not to forget. No, that's exactly what it's for. No two ways about it. God, I love these voices, dude. I don't know. WoW might have had it. Maybe others themselves taunting. Yeah, maybe they removed it a long time ago. Now that I think about it, Spokiro, I mean, I don't think, either way, they don't have it now, no. I'm trying to think what it was called. Sedana, what's up? Yo, I'm trying to think what it was called. That is such a cute emote, dude. Paupu Komi. Paupu Komi. Oh, it's Amon. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You throw like one tomahawk and you've got aggro. Oh, she's eating the slime. I see now. By the way, I'm still not happy with that slime emote. What I need to actually do is I need to make a bit more money and I need to get Kiak to make me some emotes. I need to get Kiak to make me some emotes. Kiak draws good. Or I need to actually learn to draw myself because, you know, I could save so much money. But then again, time is money. So, like, what are you going to do? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't. Thing is, I have a lot of books that I need illustrated, but I don't think Helene wants to do it. It's like a sore subject for her. It's like, I don't know, she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to. Understandably doesn't want to. And it makes sense to me, like, I get it. You can draw stuff. It'll look like shit, but it's free. I know, man. Thank you. Thank you. My mother says I need to illustrate my own book. She says kids like shit art. Thanks, Mom. Dude. Yay. The vote of confidence. Yes. It really makes me feel good about everything. She's right though. Kids like shit art. You're right? Okay. You reckon so? I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, sure. Lillian loves the books I drew for her. So I'd mentioned before, I've got a series of... Seuss is actually super shit artist. Look at his cat. Dude, he might be a shit artist, like, as in it might be a bad looking representation of a cat, but the art is crisp as shit, man. It's so nice. Oh my god, I read Dr. Seuss books on a daily basis, and the art is some of the most rich in character art you'll ever see. Like the art itself, just it has its like own feel to it. Like there's nothing else that's like the Dr. Seuss art, and for real, it would be hard for anyone to like mimic that in any way. I've seen it, like people try to do it. It's actually also like what it comes down to is it ends up being like partly design along with art, where it's the way that he puts his pages and the letters together, and then the color blocks and stuff like that. We've got a lot of Dr. Seuss books. It is honestly inspirational stuff. It's fantastic art. The idea of it being shit is more just that looks like a shitty cat. In that it doesn't look like a real cat, but what it does look like is good art. It's just not realistic. Yeah. I mean, like, have you looked at One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish? Like that book has so much different stuff in it that makes absolutely no sense. Random shit, and like all the fish are hairy, and it's like you know, it doesn't make sense. But that's what kids love about it. Like that's legit what kids love about it. And now I was gonna say, like, I drew for Lillian a series of books, and they're the Little Yam series, right? And the Little Yam series, the art is terrible, man. Like, I mean, it's me drawing with Kokies. I don't know if you guys call them markers. I think they're called markers. I draw with Kokies, and Yam is literally just like a little half oval with two eyes and a little smile. And Yam's got a friend who's a crystal who's called Blue, and the crystal is literally like 6 lines and 2 dots for eyes. It's terrible, dude. It's terrible. I drew all of it, and like what happens is my shitty art becomes just part of the story, in that, you know, I can't draw a tree properly. It looks all scraggly and bent out of shape and stuff. So yeah, that's an alien world, and the tree, well, it's an alien tree, and that's what trees look like on this world, obviously. Like, duh, come on, man. so if you draw things that aren't realistic and aren't real, then you can just draw it any way you want, and it doesn't matter. No one's going to question you. But yeah, I drew those books, and Lillian loves them. I've read them to her hundreds of times already, and she never gets sick of it. So I'd be shocked at what you mean. What goes into drawing a kid's book? Are you saying I'd be shocked at what goes into drawing a kid's book? I wouldn't be shocked, dude. I know, like, I'm now on my 3rd book, okay, and I'm not in any way a trained writer. I'm not in any way like properly set up to do this. I'm not in any way meant to be good at this, like, right? But I'm like on the 3rd one now, and it's difficult. Because with a kid's book, people think it's oh shit, man, you know, like whatever. But that's the difference between the book that gets picked up every day and read and read and read and read, and then the one that you read once or twice and the kid sort of doesn't really remember, or the one that gets put from its mind, or the one that sits at the bottom of the shelf and never really gets looked for. That's the difference between those two. It's the writing that brings the kid back, and the art that really speaks to the kid's mind. And like you can't, man. It's not something you can just like magically whip up overnight. Now I'm sure that there are writers out there. I'm gonna queue for main scenario. You guys can feel free to leave or feel free to join me. It's up to you. 100% up to you. This is great for leveling, but it's also a big time sink. So you can tell me what you feel like. So like there are writers out there who write amazing adult literature. they could probably, and I really mean a lot of these writers, they could probably, hey, Luna, thank you, Lily, fantastic, let's go. They could absolutely write a kid's book in a blitz, in like a moment, in a flash, and it could be amazing, sure. But then again, they've been writing grown-up books for like ages, and they've probably had little bits and pieces of that kind of writing in their books already. But man, like, you know, thinking people, there are a lot of people who just think it's super easy to do. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's fun though. Rhyming is fun. It's also fun to see Lillian has started rhyming now. We got a report card, and apparently the teacher was like, "Whoa!" The teacher was like, "Whoa! She's rhyming, she's spelling, and she's recognizing letters, and she's apparently it's far above what she should be doing." And and then we read the next line on the report, and that explains it. By the way, everything gets explained in the next line. Lillian apparently likes to follow the teacher around and watch her work with the older kids. And she said it's quite unusual, but she allows it. So Lillian follows the teacher sometimes around and watches her. Oh, fantastic. We got the good one. And watches her teach the big kids their spelling, their counting, even their art and stuff like that, which is a little different from what the younger kids do. And she learns from that. And I just thought to myself, yeah, you go, girl. Shit, she's doubling up on the education. I just thought, like, and you know, it's hilarious because my sister told us a story about a little girl who apparently got knocked on the side of her head with a swing, right? And her mouth was bleeding. And then that day, Lillian came home from school and she told us there was bleed everywhere. There was bleed everywhere, Papa. There was bleed everywhere. And she was crying so much. And then I was like, okay, what are you talking about? And then I had to obviously immediately phone my sister and like find out like, what was she said there was bleed everywhere. Listen, what happened at school today? And then apparently this girl got hurt, right? She got knocked on the side of the head of the swing. Her teeth got like pushed up into her jaw. It was a grisly sight, for sure. But what happened was Lillian was the only little child who followed Tanya in. So Tanya was a teacher at the school, my sister, and this other girl got knocked on the head and her mouth was bleeding. Tanya was busy trying to see what was going on. She was trying to look in the mouth. And then apparently she looked over her shoulder and she was like, oh, shit. And there's Lillian like staring back up at this kid bleeding everywhere, like right next to her. The other kids all like shouting and screaming and running around like crazy. And Lillian's just standing there like with little eyes staring at her. I was thinking to myself, yeah, okay, man, like... Jesus, now it all makes sense. It all makes sense. God. She's literally just everywhere, constantly following the teachers around. And she's into the older stuff. She doesn't even care. She wasn't like stressed out or crying about the bleeding or anything like that. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of her. She kept her cool. Apparently the teachers were freaking out too. So, yeah. It was a rough time. Anyway, yeah, so Lillian's, she's doubling up on the education and I'm proud of her for that. I mean, I have a video and I'm going to probably post it on Twitter sometime soon and on Discord of her spelling out Helene's name. She could do every letter except the N. She didn't recognize the N, but she got the rest of it. It's very nice. It's super cool to see. But she makes up for all of it by being a total little shit sometimes. But I mean, that's toddler life, dude. It's toddler life. Oh shit. Yeah. Oh shit. Sorry. Sorry. Ah shit. God. I'm trying so hard to keep the boss steady and stable and like in one place, but like I'm messing up so badly. I'll stay still. I'll stay still. There's no reason for me to move right now. Oh no, 0 damage. God damn, dude. Don't run. There's no point. This is my favorite of the new ones. I think that this boss specifically gives you some really fantastic rotation practice as well. You get to like do your 1, 2, 3. You get to practice having your like your cooldowns like tested. You practice the what is it, like the uptime of your buff as well. It's something that I think can give you like a whole lot of really good practice. This specific instance right here. And I mean, yeah, actually there's some good mechanics here too. Oh, I had arm's length on. Interesting. I think if you could just queue up for this one the whole time, you'd be getting good practice here. Yeah. However, like if you look at this, like the one thing is that it's a bit of a waste of time, obviously, because of the cutscenes and stuff, and yeah, it's a bit of a waste of time, man. I'm gonna chill quickly and not use my cooldowns yet, because I think that it's gonna go invulnerable now, isn't he? Oh no, it's quite the opposite. Okay, here we go. It's gone on long enough, guys. Did Eileen play this? So Eileen played... man, how long did she play? She played up until Heavensward and then she got burned out, I think. Like the post Realm Reborn sort of grind burned her out completely.
It is the blessing of light that confounds you.
I think she went too hard, because everyone kept telling her, oh, you gotta finish this, you gotta finish the story, you gotta keep going, it gets better, it gets better. But what it came down to was that I think fundamentally she's just a different type of player.
Under the protection of the crystal she bears.
Helene, even to this day with World of Warcraft story, she skips everything. She skips every single cutscene. She might watch the cutscene, but you best be well aware that she has no idea what's going on in the cutscene. She's looking at the pretty lights and the nice models and like you know, the cool things going on. She's not understanding the deeper meaning of the lore. And whenever new story steps come out in the main quest in World of Warcraft, she goes. She clicks as fast as she can through all the text. She just accepts. She doesn't read. She just looks at the objective. She does it. She looks at the objective. She does it. Hand in, hand in, hand in, hand in. Doesn't give a shit about the story. And I think that, like, at like its core, Final Fantasy, it needs you to care at least a little bit about that. At least a little bit. For you to get your full enjoyment out of the story. Now, I think that with each expansion that releases, you're going to have more than enough content that won't need you to care about the story. In other words, like when Endwalker comes out, you'll have more than enough cool places to go, cool things to see, cool dungeons to do, cool trials and raids, and then cool cinematics and cinematic moments to make the expansion worth playing regardless. But you're not going to get the feeling that some other Final Fantasy players might get, where, hey, like, this is the best thing I've ever played in my life. Because, I mean, like, legitimately, because I've been paying attention to the story, and for the most part knew what was going on, when I got to, like, the end of Shadowbringers, I thought to myself, hey, this is probably one of the best story games I've ever played. Maybe it's not the best game I've ever played, but the story in this game is gripping. It is really quite something. It is like it's got everything, you know, and yeah, like at the end of the day, for me that really worked. But then you know, you compare what I like and what I'm into to what like someone and Helene is not unique in this. Someone like Helene, which is a lot of people, you compare to what they like, they just won't get as much out of the game at all. They just won't. But you got to play the way you want to play it. That's actually, at the end of the day, that's how it is. You play it, yeah, you play at your own pace and do the parts you like. And that's, you say that in like, in one way, but it actually has many different meanings. So if you say you do the parts you like, it's like you should do what you find fun. Like in the late game, if you really enjoy just like glamming and housing, that's fantastic. You just go and glam in your house. You go and glam and you make a house and you do some furnishing and stuff like that, and like, you know, if you can get your fun and enjoyment out of that, cool.
Devastation. This was not my intention.
If you just want to chase the story and you want to be a seasonal sub, even better.
Heidelin,
Go for that.
It seems the task of keeping your champion alive has exhausted what strength you had left. Van Belsar, your enemy's shield is broken. The rest I leave to you.
We will speak later, Ascian. But first, I must deal with you. The question of who
Did she
is
always play WoW like that?
remains.
Yes. She's never been different.
Come, adventurer.
She used to be, much like me, a little bit more into like single player stuff, as in she played other games before WoW came along. Her favorite game is Dragon Age Inquisition. No, not Inquisition, Dragon Age Origins, sorry, the first one. I had the name wrong. Dragon Age Origins, the first Dragon Age game. She loves that shit to bits. And back then she probably cared a bit about the story, you know? But she's always played WoW in the way that she plays now. Like, that's never changed. That's always been the same, yeah. Oh, shit. I did it the wrong way. Oh well. Goal-oriented? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's exactly it, right?
Gaze upon true power.
I always think Tank Purge is the Tank Buster ability, but it's actually just an explosion doing AoE to everyone. Has she ever did a sub labs? Oh, many times, yeah. She just resubbed recently. It's not something, she's not been subbed like all the time. But can I be like honest with you? The reason she let her sub lapse was probably just money. Like, in other words, she would never she would have stayed subbed forever. I mean, okay, money and stress was also a factor, I guess, at a certain point. But like, it wasn't just like, even at that point, she probably would have stayed subbed if she didn't care about the money. Like, it's, you know, you don't want to spend that kind of money every month. Like, if we were filthy, stinking rich, she'd just stay subbed the whole time, sure. She's the target audience that Ian's designing for. What is he designing for? I don't know what that exactly means. Now, I'm saying she would. She hasn't been subbed all the time. But the reason she unsubbed was not because she didn't enjoy the game. Oh, I stood in that. It was because she, at the time, just wasn't, you know, she wasn't in the right mindset to be playing WoW. I'll say, like, that's the best way of saying it. Raiding systems and mechanics focused? Oh yeah, no, then she's definitely the one, yeah. Yeah, that's her. That's her, man. But not Raiden. So like she likes everything except Raiden. But yes, the idea remains though. Oh, I see Lily's dead. Do we have no reses? I didn't realize Lily had died. We have a red mage, can't they? Oh no, they can only raise at a higher level. I need to heal, I need to heal, I need to heal. Shit, never mind. My bad. My bad. My bad. We messed that one up a little bit. It wasn't entirely on Lily. That was actually I think we as a team we just took too much damage. Oh.
Gaze upon true power.
As far as I understand, Helene's also not very enthusiastic about the new expansion, at the moment at least. I do wonder if she's going to change her mind about it and if she's going to like actually get herself hyped. But yeah. Okay, we're looking good. Back to the middle. She will never play WoW Classic. She was there. She played WoW when it was, you know, Classic. So, I don't know. She has, where that's concerned, she has the same view as me, where she will not bother because she did it. And I fully like concur with that. That's my view as well. Is that like I mean we spent both a lot of time playing vanilla WoW. We both spent a shit ton of time. I think both of us probably spent the most time in both. The two expansions we played the most in was probably Warlords and then earlier Burning Crusade. And she like yeah she doesn't want to redo that, man. She will never do that. She wants the current content. She wants her character that she's been working on for all these years. She wants, you know, because she's still got her own priest, the same priest from Pandaria or whenever she made it back then. Oh, here we go. Now it's a DPS race. Come on! Do the limit break! I hope that Lucia Scarlet is gonna do the limit break. Oh, I don't need it. Did they use it? GG, dude. How do you feel about Wrath Classic? I mean, it's the same as Classic and TBC Classic and every other Classic. I'm very happy that there are so many people that are going to get to enjoy what we enjoyed back when it came out. Will I bother with it? No. Will she bother with it? No. 100% not. Neither of us. 100%. Not even like, there's not even a little bit. Yo, thanks so much. Not even a little bit. But, yeah, I am happy that so many people are going to get to jump in and see and experience and sort of live in the era that made WoW popular. That was in most people's books WoW's best era by far. Like, people always go on about how specifically Wrath of the Lich King is just the boom boom boom. I must do my I'm doing my quests now. And I get it. Totally get it. Personally, I enjoyed Wrath the least. I don't know why. I think I was busy with other stuff during Wrath. That might have been just a bit of an off weird time for me. I had a huge amount of playtime in TBC. And I had a massive amount of playtime in Pandaria and Warlords, but not so much in Wrath. It's weird. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pee quickly. I'll be right back. One sec. You know, with all the like hate for World of Warcraft and like all the shit that I would give it over the past who knows how long already. I'll probably still end up buying the Dragonflight Collector's Edition, just because I have all the other Collector's Editions, and... But like, that's... I don't know, man. Depending on what's happening, but there's a chance I won't play it. Raw Intuition, Pirates of Shallow Water. We'll see. Although their Collector's Editions really aren't that nice. Lumen, you couldn't have come at a better time. Wisecat just arrived and looks eager to speak with you. Hello? Ah, Lumen. Just the warrior I wanted to see. The nation of Limsa is in dire need of your aid. The Maelstrom is short-handed and the Beast Tribe's attacks only grow more ferocious. I'm here searching for skilled warriors, and there aren't many more skilled than you. As you know, my brother has already answered the call, helping the Maelstrom defend the relentless Cobalt assaults. Kobolds aren't the only thorn in our sides. Pirates serving the Sahagan have been pillaging along the coasts of Lenosha. That's why we need your axe, Lumen. They may be mere pirates, but their blades cut as deep as any I've ever seen. Limsa will be grateful to have your prowess on their side. Once you've made your preparations, hurry to Ailport and speak with the Storm Captain on duty for details of the mission. Didn't wait for me to say anything. Okay. I'm down. God. I have a bunch of emails to send. I need to make notes. I want to see if I can get into the first alpha for World of Warcraft Dragonflight or whatever, just so I can do a character creation video. And I'm actually gonna go and I'm gonna mail them and I'm gonna tell them literally that. I'm gonna tell them, listen, boom, 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 boom. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, but this is what I specialize in. Give me a key, please. And I need to do that for World of Warcraft. I need to do that for Ashes of Creation, and I need to do that for like 2 other MMOs that are coming up at some point. I never thought I'd get to this point, but it's almost, I think, a realistic thing to ask for. Like, I can tell them, dude, yeah, man. I mean, shit, my Elder Scrolls video is getting close to 1 million views. I never thought I'd ever get 1 million views in a video, by the way, but the Elder Scrolls video is getting there. And it's looking good, man. It's looking good. Storm Captain. Adventurer, the Maelstrom thanks you for your aid. A band of pirates flying the flag of the Serpent Reavers landed ashore on the Isles of Umbra, and all reports indicate that they plan to use that as a foothold to attack Ailport. This is Lumen. An error occurred. Out here, brothers. Boom, boom, boom. No, I'm not going to open that. God, I know that one. Our walls only defend from inland assaults. I shudder to think of what might happen were the pirates to bombard us with cannons from the sea. Our course of action has been decided. We'll take the fight to them before they have a chance to mount an offensive. Our rendezvous is at the Isle of Umbra. Pirates shall not weather the wrath of the Maelstrom. This is a very weird side quest. It's what you hear every time I say that? Okay. So you're the one Wisecat sent. He said much of your prowess. I look forward to seeing you in the fray. Former company hero. Hey, I know that shield. Alright. Partner. I don't know. Oh, is this the guy? Take me. 40 gil? I could have flown over there for free, dude. Good. Now that our troops are gathered, we shall move out at once. Our objective is to slay the pirate captain. Without the head to lead them, the Serpent Reavers will scuttle back to their moldy ships. However, the task ahead of us is not to be taken lightly. Reports tell of a fearsome beast under the captain's thrall. Take care not to let your guard down, lest you become the beast's next meal. Okay. Let's see then, I guess. Dun, 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 dun. Where's this beast? Fight back before we're overwhelmed. This, what? Okay. Is that okay? We do good? We do good? Hello? Did we do good? The pirates attacked as if possessed. Thank the 12. Your axe cut them down. Press forward. For Elport. Okay. Okay. The main camp will soon be within our sights. I'll protect the wounded. Give the pirates a taste of your steel. I'm solo. Oh, okay. No, wait. Here they come. But I'm going in solo. This whole thing seems a little weird, man. This whole thing just seems a little weird. Okay. Yo. The pirates think they have strength in numbers, but a storm captain is worth a dozen of them. We shall leave the wounded to recover here. Lumen, to me! Oh, thank you so much, Gemma. Thank you. You are actually, honestly, far too kind. The only other person that would say that to me would be my daughter if she knew what I actually did. Just because. Don't let his bloody... What? His bloody beast catch you off guard? What is the beast? Stop the serpent reavers? Well, if your hell's bent on trying, it's been a long time since me pup had fresh corpses to feast on. Oh, this is the enemy? This is the pup? That's the beast? Oh, shit. Man, you should have brought a bigger beast. Now what? I halved his health in one attack. Good God. Lillian has enthusiastically been enjoying System of Down Chop Suey in the car. I love it. Is that all of them? I'm proud of her. That's good music. Such fine axemanship I've never seen. However, now's not the time to dally about in awe. The place fills me with foreboding. Let's meet again in Elport. Was that actually the whole... Okay. I'm getting a really good ability from this, so... Okay. That was it? Hell yes, that's the end. Lumen, now that we're safely out of the cursed isles, I'd like to thank you for your aid once again. Without the courage your fighting spirit bestowed upon us, we would have been overwhelmed. The Maelstrom is honored to count you amongst our allies. The captain speaks for all of us. Your ferocity inspired us to carry on in the face of the pirate onslaught. What drove you to fight with such fury? Ah, my dinner. It was hearty. Ah! And here I thought that the axe was just for killing, but instead, you wielded it in our defense. What? And your will protect us gave you the strength to surpass the limits of your mind and body? 7 hells, I've been fighting all wrong. Apparently also eating all wrong. Yeah, you've been fighting all wrong. I've seen a battle, nary a battle so fierce, or a protector more stalwart. Lumen, I'd like to hear more of our skirmishes from your eyes. After you've recovered from the fight, pray speak with me again. What now? Am I continuing our main quest from here? This would be very weird. Okay, raw intuition. Oh shit, this is the continuation. Okay, let's check it out. Raw intuition. It's a new key bind. But where do we put it? I'm still saving Q for something. Is raw intuition a big deal? You've only just got the courage to listen to music in the car. Too much to concentrate on? Oh, shit. Oh my god. You'd best not drive with me. Oh my god. It's karaoke every time Lillian and I drive alone together. I don't think Mom wants to do it so much. But we sing together every time we drive. Whatever it is that we sing. Like, you know, whatever music. It doesn't matter. She enjoys it. I enjoy it. And we listen loud, of course. Everyone else needs to hear what we're listening to as well, because it's part of the fun. And I don't mean like obnoxious loud, I just mean loud enough. Is there such a thing? I think there might be such a thing. Let's see. G. Dude, I'm at the point actually where I need to look ahead. There's not a lot of abilities left, right? So restore your own HP. Oh no. Yeah, well that will come in time, right? That'll come in time, and you will feel much more confident, and you will feel much more certain of yourself on the road, and it'll be cool. You'll be sort of, you know, but I have obviously been driving for how many years have I been driving? 20 years now. So yeah, I'm doing okay. Eh, 19 years. Shit. I didn't really want to look ahead too far. And I haven't looked at what any of these at the bottom here do. But I can see here there's a heal come in. So Raw Intuition is a heal, technically. And I think Blood Wetting is a heal, technically. And I think that... oh, you're in the same boat as Helene then. She also passed her test back then, and she's... No, yeah. No, so dude, Helene passed her test in the previous town we were living in. Like, 15 years ago as well. And she's only driven maybe a couple of kilometers in that time. So I've got a heal coming up. And I think I remember hearing Blood Wetting is a heal. Yes, okay. So, Blood Wetting and Raw Intuition need to be on the same button. So I think we can put them on G. G and Shift G. Okay? And... Oh, it's the same. Oh, it's the same. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh. Well, what's upheaval then? What is this? Is that OGCD? Wow. Oh, wow. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure this out. My prime real estate is I have Z, Shift Z, Control Z. I have Z for stun right now. So is there one that pulls the target in? That's Q and Shift Q. Wait, shares a recast timer with upheaval. So orogeny and upheaval are the same, right? Like, as in they go, they share cooldown, right? So like that's the single target free damage, that's the AoE free damage, right? Gotcha. Okay. Then what that means is we need to. Okay, what's Primal Rend? I don't know. Jump to the target. Sure. Oh god, a barrier. I'm gonna have to think about this. I just don't know where to put this guy. I think that I'm gonna put this on mouse 3. Yeah. Yeah, let's just give it a try like that. It's gonna be a while. How to train your warrior? Oh no. To see our battle with the Serpent Raiders bestowed upon us yet another technique of Eld, my comrades and I, as well. We will not soon forget the ferocity with which you protected our lives this day. I'll use it often as both a defense up and a heal. So it's like one. You would say it's. Oh my god! What is that cool mount? They look like one of those big fluffy dogs. Irish setter or something. What is that called? Ultra Sheltron, basically. Okay. Is there another defensive like? I was actually waiting for my my Sheltron, like Warrior's Sheltron. I was waiting for it. I must check my paladin binds. I shall return to Maelstrom Command and inform them of our success. Look forward to the day we fight side by side again. Okay. I'm gonna check quickly. I'm gonna look on my. I just want to look what my paladin has for keybinds. The lessons learned from your example will serve me in countless battles to come. No doubt, Vice Cat and the others are eager to hear back from you. Give that old marauder my regards. Okay. I'm gonna check quickly. I'm just gonna look on my paladin. Jesus. Yeah, Sheltron was on F. And the big cooldown was on Shift F. So, I might change that now. And then C and Shift G was the magic damage. This was the request cat. And, Divine Veil. Shift 5 is yeah. Z, what was this? Interject. Interrupt the use. Shield Bash. Oh, they had more than one stun. Interesting. That was like that. I think this is fine. I kind of understand what I did here versus what I'm doing on Warrior right now. But it's still gonna be a little bit for me, a little bit weird for me to try and like figure all of it out. So basically, I've put a few abilities in here that I don't have yet. Shift F. F is my big cooldown. Shift F is the other big cooldown, and that's already like squashed in there now. And on my paladin, I have G as like my spell damage and Shift G as the other spell damage, and then R is like the boost. So if there's another boost, then I'll put it on R, on Shift R. It'll probably be like something that like this one that you give to other party members or whatever. I'm gonna have to work on it, but I think this might be fine on mouse, middle mouse, because it does seem like something I'm gonna be using often. So let's just go with it like that for now, and we'll see how it is. But this is gonna take a bit of thinking, because some of my like real prime real estate abilities and keys and stuff have not been used yet, and I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't start thinking about where I would put them soon. Ah, Lumen, I knew the Serpent Raiders would fall swiftly before your axe. Did you learn aught from the skirmish that might aid? Yeah, man, I got a new ability. It's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. Didn't expect such feeble opponents to wake the beast from its slumber, but it seems your conviction to safeguard your comrades had much of the same effect as pitting you against those bears of Abelathia's spine. Lumen, the information may prove invaluable. With your story, likely lies the key to overcoming my brother's struggle. Speaking of which, my brother suffered injuries in the clash with the kobolds, and has come here to nurse his wounds as I did. It would please him to see an old friend such as you. Pray speak with him. Exchange stories of battle. It may lift his spirits. Hey, Dave, what up? Yo. Oh shit. He's sitting out here naked, feet in the water. Okay, Mr. Gorge. This is not going to lift his spirits. It's going to depress him further. It's a bad idea, man. It's a bad idea. Ah, Lumen, I'm joyed to see that you've come through your battle with the pirates unscathed. If only I could say the same. I've been ordered to rest here until the wounds I suffered in our fight against the kobolds heal. Can't they just get a healer to heal it? According to the unit's report, the kobolds unleashed a new type of explosive on Maelstrom troops. Gorge valiantly threw himself upon it before detonation. Whoa, shielding his allies from the worst of the blast. The new bomb has a destructive force unseen in the Cobalt's primitive explosives. That my brother is still standing before us is no small miracle. Truth be told, my wounds are barely severe enough to warrant sending me here. The moment I saw the bomb, I knew I couldn't let them come to any harm, and I leapt upon it as if by instinct. I remember nothing after that. Lumen has a similar story to tell. No, not really. Oh shit. The Reavers almost overwhelmed the Maelstrom troops, but she remained undaunted in their defense, awakening the inner beast with a ferocity unseen before. You both poured your energy into defending others. Oh, defeating your foes, but protecting allies. Could this be the secret to taming the throes of the beast within? If so, that means, brother, you finally brought your inner beast to heal. Has he, though? What? But I didn't feel the beast taking hold. This theory must needs be tested. Brother, once your wounds have healed, it would serve you best to let go of the worry keeping you from unleashing your full strength. Swing your axe unbridled by fear. But what if I succumb to the beast's call again? My training's only made me stronger. If I lose control, it could be worse than in Wineport. Now is not the time for doubt. Your allies, nay, your friends, will be by your side. They will ensure none are harmed, should the worst come to pass. Dude, I'll beat you down. Yeah, don't worry. I know your theory demands that I fight without hesitation, but please, I must think on this. Aye, we should let Curious Gorge's wounds heal before we demand anything from him. Rest well, my friend. We'll return before long. We will return ere long. Lumen, there's more I would speak with you about. Pray visit me when you are ready. Well, okay. I have nothing to do here. See, this whole story is actually coming together quite nicely. Unexpectedly good. To rouse the inner beast with a fierce battle and tame it by resolving fiercely defending your allies, this theory could serve us better than aimlessly scouring the ancient tomes, but my brother still fears the consequences should he lose control. If indeed his fears should come to pass, you must be ready to stop him, as you have before. Prepare your axe for our next battle. Hey, it's time for the next battle. Hey, a heal. Slap and chop. Where the shit am I going to put the heal on my bars? On my paladin, I put the heal on 4. Oh, I'd probably put it on Shift R, to be honest. Yeah. Ah, Lumen, I can see power in your stride and feel the inner beast raging within you. You will need such strength, for your next trial is at hand. Wise Cat and my brother are here looking for more fighters to supplement the undermanned Maelstrom troops in a new operation. They've asked for you by name. Seek them out if you wish to raise your axe once more against the beast tribes. I mean, do I want to? He's still naked! Okay, who's this over here, by the way? Okay, they're just letting that child bathe naked over there. Okay, man. Hello. Lumen. Brother. The Maelstrom is once again in need of support, is it not? Pray tell us. What is it they require? Very well. Now that everyone's here, scouts have reported increased activity among the Cobalts. The 179th Order seems to be producing explosives day and night in preparation for an all-out assault. From all indications, they aim to attack this very camp. Maelstrom's strategy is to intercept the bombs near Zelma's Run. Camp Ronslake is a haven for wounded soldiers, and its defense is one of our top priorities. If we had 2 legendary warriors by our side, our success would be all but assured. Only 2? Selma's Run? Wait, who's the one who's not a legendary warrior? Is it the brother? I don't know. Selma's Run's barely wide enough for one cart to ride abreast. If I were to lose control, none would be able to escape the beast's wrath. Dude, don't worry, okay? On the contrary, brother, this battle will give you the chance to once again assert your dominance over the beast within. This is what you spoke of earlier, is it not? To tame the inner beast by devoting yourself to the defense of your allies. Brother, if my theory turns out to be true, then control is within your grasp. As long as Lumen is at your back, there's naught to fear. It's true, it's true, it's true. Will you run away again? You know that the path you wish to walk, the path of the warrior, does not lie down that road. Oh, shit. Say no more, please. Leave me to my thoughts. Look at the lines on his back. When I turn the shade on... Hello? What's going to happen? Hello? Yeah, I'll go, dude. I'll go. Chill. Yeah, me. Well, we've no time for hesitation. The Storm Captain awaits near Zalma's Run, and will be departing shortly. Lumen, if you decide to join us, pray, tell Curious Gorge. If anyone can rouse him, it's you. I'll do it. Okay. Gorge, I didn't know you were right down here. What the hell, man? My apologies for causing worry. My brother is right. It's up to me to walk the path of might. I know that, but I still cower before the beast within. Oh. But a true warrior faces his fears, axe in hand, right? Come on, Lumen, remind me what it's like to scoff at my enemy's feeble blows. Awaken your inner beast and slap the fear right out of me. I slapped his butt. God damn, what a blow! That's the stuff that warriors are made of. Oh, thank you. I'll dominate the beast within, and our axes will stand indomitable against those bloody kobolds. Our enemies will feel the full force and fury, and I will not step one ilm into this camp. What? Oh. He didn't say I. Come, Lumen, we mustn't keep the Storm Captain waiting. Okay, man, listen. Is he gonna fight naked? Is that what you're doing right now, man? God. Alright. Oh, he's already here and he's dressed. Jesus, man, that was fast. Lumen, that you and Curious Gorge will be aiding us brings me comfort. Bronze Lake could not ask for more stalwart defense. Our strategy is to intercept the kobolds at 2 separate locations in Zalma's Run. We'll split into 2 groups, with 1 warrior protecting each one. Lumen will be dispatched to the eastern side. Nary a single kobold will make it through with your fury alongside us. Gorge will be in charge of the west defenses. I've seen you crush kobolds under your axe before. Today shall be no different. Once the 179th have run home with their tails between their legs, we'll rendezvous in the north. May your axes strike true. Dismissed. We're not together. We are not together. Oh, yes, guys, because I need this guy for a nut. What dungeon is here? What is this? The navel. Oh, wow, it's right here. I had no idea. God damn it. I walked right into the ambush. No worries, mate. Give me something big. I'm not even gonna move out of this, dude. Slay the kobolds that appear. Oh. That was bloody close. Good thing the kobolds didn't count on you showing up. Looks like the eastern side is clear. Gorge and the others may need our help. Hurry. So, I just want to say, like, they're talking about the Maelstrom and the full might of the Maelstrom forces and like all these different things. Yet here they have one little Lalafell with like some shitty armor and a bent sword. And that's the full defense, the full might of the Maelstrom on this side of the valley. Like, hello? Is that really all they could muster? And here it's like 4 dudes. My apologies, but it seems the kobold couldn't wait for you. Camp Bronze Lake has naught to fear from the 179th Order anymore. What? Gorge's axe was like a whirlwind, strewing the goblins in every which direction. His courage carried us through the battle unharmed. Without these two warriors by our side, I have no doubt the kobolds would have overwhelmed us. I'll be submitting a detailed report on your heroism to Wisecat and the Maelstrom Command. You fought bravely. Let's return home for well-deserved rest. Is that it? Are we still going to have words, me and Gorge? Yes. Lumen, I can scarce remember the last time I fought as I did today. I swung my axe with abandon, but I was free from the inner beast's grasp. It's just as my warrior said, by pouring my strength into the defense of my allies, the beast within was tamed. However, the kobolds are hardly a true test of one's power. If the fight had been against a more worthy foe, or if the circumstances had been more dire. Although today's battle was heartening, it's too early to say that I've subdued the beast. I'll return to Camp Bronze Lake to rest. Let my brother know of our victory here. Huh. I mean, that was fine. I'm like, yeah, that was fine. Like, that was cool. The doing of the quest was kind of straightforward and meh, but the outcome, I'm glad. I'm happy he seems to have gotten his mojo back, or at least he's on the path to mojo. The path to mojo is not an easy one for someone like him. He's very unsure of himself, you see. It seems your victory was well earned, but what of my brother? Was he able to fight without succumbing to his inner fury? Yeah, he did fantastic. So even with today's victory, he yet dreads the consequences were he to lose control. Still, it is only the strength of his own that we made, through the strength of his own, that we may dispel the fog of self-doubt. Unfortunately, the beast tribes won't wait for Curious Gorge's epiphany. Storm Marshal Slafseren has sent word that she requires a warrior's strength in aid of another Maelstrom defensive. As you already know, kobolds aren't the only nuances we have to contend with. The Sahagin have taken advantage of the distraction caused by our focus on the kobolds to launch an offensive against the Tide Gates. With the bulk of the Maelstrom forces tied up with the kobold threat, we can ill afford to send any men to defend the gate near Camp Skull Valley, leaving us wide open to Sahagin threat. Lumen, if the strength of the warrior were to see the people of Limsa safely through this storm, then mayhap the glory of our ancestors would be restored all across Eorzea, and they'd know about us, and us as guardians instead of brutes. However, it saddens me to say we cannot depend on my brother to be ready to shoulder such a weight. When the time comes, you must needs be ready to take the task on alone. I would rather take him with. In the meantime, pray tell me of the battle at Selma's Run. Recall the ferocity with which you fought, and lose yourself in the memories of your fight. It's supposed to pan up now. Okay. Is that it? As before, your inner beast is roused, and another technique of Eld is at your disposal. Your progress is encouraging. Continue on this path. Continue to challenge the limits of your mind and body, and victory in the battles to come is assured. See you around, wise cat. Next one is the 60 mission. It's the final. So Equilibrium is just a heal. It's like cool to have, but it's honestly not a really big deal. Decimate and Steel Cyclone Mastery. That's just Steel Cyclone upgraded. And so that's our 61. That's cool. That's cool. Let's get on that immediately. Like, I'm just gonna go do the vault right now. I want to say that'll give me what I need. Hey, I see you over there. Hey, what up? Umbria sitting in the water. I'm out, sorry. I'm outie. Oh, if anyone wants to come with, you can shout, by the way. Let me see what's going on here. It's just me right now. So, I was working on this a little bit earlier, and I don't know what I'm doing with it yet. Like I said, I really think that this side I've sort of nailed it. I also really think that maybe this doesn't need to be here. That's kind of pointless, right? Yeah. Even though it does sort of bring together that little corner a tiny bit, it could be better spent, maybe. like we could have something better there. What about the Bertha cannon? Oh shit, dude. Wasn't ready. Okay. I think this is a good dungeon. Do I get all my abilities in here? I do! Oh my god. Wait, 58? But this is a 57 dungeon, right? Is it not? I seem to be synced to 58. What level are these guys? 58. Okay. Yeah, 58. Cool. 58? Capped here? Okay. Cool. Good cap, good cap. Icon sync on the board. Yeah. I see. Come over here, guys. Hey, is the heal off the GCD? I want to test my raw intuition, but there hasn't really been a good opportunity yet. Oh, sorry. Here's the opportunity. I'm just capped. Look at the heal. Oh shit, dude, that's insane. Oh my god. The health was like the amount of heals that just popped onto me there was kind of crazy. That's crazy, man. Okay. I want to test that again. Wait, what? I can just use it the whole time? Huh? What's the cooldown on here? Dude, 25-second recast? Huh. I don't know about that. Let's see. Oh my god, dude, the heals are insane. Look at my health jumping up. I'll tell you guys when to look next time, but like, I just used it there when I was like two-thirds health, and it just went like up. That is so cool. Oh my god. You see, feeling strong is fun. Of course. How could it not be fun feeling strong? Oh shit, come back. I mean, obviously you're not going to be using it like as effectively when you're using it on single target, but when you do use it on like multi-target, it's just crazy, man. I can't stop that, can I? Huh. Really cool. Yeah. I think that it's gonna take a little bit to like truly, I want to say, master it. Because it's gonna, like, you know, it's not something that you're just gonna just have like done, and you're gonna like know when to use all the time, and like, what kind of bracelets do I have on? Oh, it's gonna take a little bit, you know, it's gonna take a little bit, but I firmly believe that it's way better than anything that my paladin ever got. I don't know. Dark Knight had some stuff that was like pretty good, but like, yeah, still. It seems to be like all by itself in its own tier. Oh, I didn't know there were 2 more. That was my bad for not pulling those immediately. No, apparently Paladin is pretty good. It's a good class. I just think that how much you like have to put into Paladin for it to be good makes that it ends up not being as good, or like, let's say, worth it really. It's a weird situation. Like, I think that in many cases you have to give too much to Paladin for it to be worth it, and for it to like give enough back to be on par with Warrior. I'm not giving much to Warrior right now, and it's giving me oodles of fun and oodles of power. That's the way I see it. I have a very limited experience though. I don't know the max level stuff. I have only played some of the classes a bit, and like, yeah, like I'm sort of a newbie when it comes to this kind of stuff, and I'm not the person who should be talking about balance, you know. But from my initial impressions, and I can give initial impressions because I've played the classes. From my initial impressions, I would say that as it stands right now, Warrior just gives you so much more of everything, and that's like fun, power, and style. So much more of all of that for so much less that you have to give to it, and like it's not to be like scoffed at, you know. It's important stuff, you know. That kind of substance is important, you know. You want to feel cool. And pop in one ability called Raw Intuition, and having your health just go like when you do like a big AoE. That's 2 cool things that you put in together into one like pretty cheap package, and you get it just like that, man. You get it just like that while still leveling. So my opinions might change.
I'll cut you to pieces.
My opinions might change, but so far that's the one thing I've noticed about Warriors, that they give you that cool factor in far greater number than any of the other classes. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm doing the wrong thing here. I'm doing the wrong thing here. What's the word I was looking for? Like, Felcleave is just super. I love it. Felcleave is just super. Yeah, Abaddon? Is it in a... Hold on. I need to look what that word means. But I like that I get to heal myself now. And... yeah, look at that. I'm doing heals. Abandon. What am I saying? Abandon. Abandon. Yeah. God, I'm having a brain fart, guys. Sorry if it smells. Hey, Davslurk, what's up, man? Yo. Totally understandable, my duty. Totally understandable. I mean, I'm in the same camp. One glass is all it takes, man. Have I already ascended to being immortal? It feels like it. I do not think the healer needed to heal me there. I chose not to die at certain points, and it really felt like I had the choice to just live instead of die. I mean, we're not even getting close to Holmgam territory yet. Like, I was never actually fearing for my life there. So yeah, no. I think that we are in pretty firmly entering the range of immortality. I'm still being quite sparing with my cooldowns in most cases here. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. See, those heals that all just happened on me right there, not a single one was from the healer. I did all of that. Pull wall to wall and I'll probably be fine. Yeah, jeez. I mean, I am still not so comfortable with everything I'm doing yet, so I don't mind still taking it easy. I'm not the kind of person to rush just because I've got some new abilities and they're strong. And yeah, I mean, I probably can, but... And they really are strong. Look at on the left side, here's the heals, right? That's so stupid how strong they are. 6 seconds. Oh my god. Yeah. I can pull more now, though. But I know someone's gonna run for the treasure chest back there. Yeah. Are they gonna go? Yeah, so I'm gonna cast it now. Let's see. Watch. Yeah, see my heals. Oh shit, dude, that's so stupid. Oh my god, like it is just lame. It's 2 GCDs, yeah, but you can also throw an off GCD in there when you want to, right? They don't count. Is it just the weapon skills? Okay. I didn't look now. Weapon skills. Okay, those are abilities. Yeah. True. It's so strong. Yeah, I mean, it's all 3, you say? I mean, like, I guess it depends, yeah. It depends a bit. That's a big upgrade. I'll do it after this. Okay, you guys ready? Oh, this... Yeah, this is good. The vault is such a good dungeon, like, wow. It was so fast. And you know what I really like about the vault? Is that all the mobs come to you.
Be gone with you!
He's so loud, dude.
Sickness must be purged!
Sure. Hello?
And now the final curtain!
What do we do here again? Oh, shit. I didn't mean to do the AoE there. Did I do AoE? Are we supposed to kill these things? I don't, what are you guys doing? Hello? I swear we're supposed to kill these things.
This shall be a mercy.
Huh? Why was everyone just standing around?
Sickness must be purged.
Oh shit.
Be done with you.
Okay. I had no chance there. I'm fine though, I'm fine.
Sickness must be purged.
I wasn't watching the right way. But now the person definitely had to heal me a little bit for the first time. I almost popped Holmgam there. That was the first time that my healer had to heal me. Because I failed a little bit on the mechanics. Someone's rolling on gear in the middle of a fight. Yeah. So if you pop Raw Intuition right before GCD comes off cooldown, you should be able to squeeze in 3. Yes, because it's 2.49. It's gonna be just 3, like super close. I'll vote for this guy. You did good. I got this chest piece. Cool. New gear. Okay. What's the next dungeon, by the way? Great Global Library. Oh, we are so close. Splode, what's up, man? Yo, sorry I missed you yesterday. You arrived like just as I had stopped my stream. Nice to see you. Yo, what up? Hope you're doing well. I could hand this in, but I think that the vault is actually so good that I should probably do it again. And then I should just go for the Kubel Library after that. And then I should save it for 61 plus. Like what's... Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember what the Siren Song see. Oh, yeah, it's alright. Hey, no worries, man. Nice to see you. I hope all's well. Yeah. Does anyone want to go with? I'm available if anyone would like to jump. But I'm just doing the vault though. So it might be a little dull. I'll do one more. I am good for one more dungeon. I'm happy to do one more dungeon. We've done well. Honestly. We're getting close. No, so I'm still working towards the new expansion. And interestingly enough, I'm not doing it in... I suppose the way many people expect. I'm actually leveling... I leveled the character from 0, from scratch. From 1. I started on Warrior. It starts on Marauder up to 30, then it becomes Warrior. And it's one of those classes that I honestly never thought I'd really have an interest in. But now that I'm playing it, it really feels like it's quite something. You know, it's something that I personally think I would have been missing out on if I hadn't started on it and played it. So I'm playing that now, and I'm having a blast. and I think that I'm gonna have a lot more fun when I hit level 70, which is the Shadowbringers content, because firstly there's Shadowbringers dungeons, which are epic, and secondly there will be the fates in Shadowbringers, which I really want to do as well. So yeah. Yeah, I was playing Warrior, and I'm doing really well. I'm already on 58 with Warrior, so it's feeling good. I'm enjoying it. It's looking, I want to say it's looking like a sure thing, but you know, things can change. Things can change. Is there more like an industrial looking light? I don't want to open flame per se. The fire bloom is kind of nice. Chilean. Unfortunately, like, it looks like the Riviera. No, that looks kind of shit. This is... Oasis is meant to be the one that I'm putting in here. Yeah, wait. Oh no, Riviera is the one I put in. Okay. Does anyone know how I put the lamppost up here last time? Does anyone know how I put it here? I had it up on this edge. Oh, maybe I snap in? No, no. I must have done it when I was still into housing and I knew what I was doing. Because now I can't seem to put it in there. You got a new drone the other day and you're having a blast with it. Dude. So it's like got a camera and stuff attached to it by default. I don't know much about drones. I always love those drone videos though, where people take these really fast and like high flying videos, and yeah, it's nice. I see people using them around here quite a lot. I mean, with the nice photos that I take with my camera alone, I can just imagine the cool stuff you could do. So does anyone know anything about housing? Like, where are the housing gurus? How do I put this lamppost here? I think it's something to do with... You need to store this, and then you need to, like, put it down from your inventory or something. So I must take something out of the storage quickly. And then... let's see. There. I think I'm supposed to do it like this. Never done housing? Yeah. It's all good. I can't remember how to do it, so... Shit! Way to go. By the way, I'm waiting in the queue if anyone's wondering what what I'm doing with my life here. Yeah, I'm waiting in a queue. But apparently this is a bad idea anyway. I don't know, it's just not looking good. I need to move some other stuff here anyway. Maybe I should also look quickly at the outers for the other houses. Other small houses. That's taking too long. I have a daughter that might be getting sick that's going to wake up early, so... what I'm going to do is... while I'm here, I'm going to check quickly. So, outdoor exterior fixtures. This is the stuff that I'm looking for. You can make a custom house. So the walls... okay. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe she's not... maybe it's not a problem. Maybe she's not going to get sick. I hope so. I hope she's going to be fine. Arms supplier. These things are quite expensive. Mog walls. Chocobo. Paisa cottage. Carbuncle cottage. Shirogane. Otter. Trader. Half timbered is nice. Small smithy is what I've got right now. Florist is new. No. I don't have smithy. I've got... Yeah, okay. I've got the forge. So what is the... Arms supplier, eatery, trade, half timbered cottage. Half timbered cottage walls. Let's see. Okay. No. Yeah, that's too clean and neat and tidy for me. Let me show Oakley. That's what half timbered looks like. It's honestly, it's a little too nice. Like, I know that sounds stupid. And I for some reason, I don't like the fact that they show a second story and they don't give you a second story. Not really. And then Trader's Cottage, what's new? So small cafe walls. Oh, okay, that's got like restaurant properties. It's got like tables and stuff around the outside. That's really nice because it's fantastic use of space and it gives you a huge amount of like cool extras with it. Gobby houses can't be too nice, no. They need to be like chunky and dumpy. Small smith walls. Okay, this is nice. I don't know what that checkered look is that they've got going there. But I think that even though it's cool, that's the small smith, right? No, that's a large one. That's medium. Yeah, medium. That's the forge that I've got. Honestly, I think the forge might be the nicest one. I think that the fence that I have, I must just change. What the shit? What is this? That one has like ramps and stuff going up there. Let me see this. That's the florist. That's a very nice looking house. Neat. Very neat. Neat und tidy. Show me the smithy. What? Okay, that's the one I've got. Yes. Where's the medium? I thought you were showing a medium one off. Here we go. Okay. Oh, is that a medium or a large? Holy crap, that is really nice. See, the bigger one is way nicer because it has like a stairs going up there and a balcony up at the top. Wow. There's a reason to get a bigger plot. Check that out. Huh. That's cool. That's so much cooler, dude. Yeah. He's busy saying you can't access the door. Yeah, but who gives a shit, dude? That's totally cool. Wow. Yeah, that's really nice. Thing is, the one I've got now is nice, but obviously it's not quite the same. It isn't really. So that's the walls, but like Can I get like different fences? What fences do I have right now? I don't have the ones with the what do you call it? The chimneys on. Like, is there a fence? Yeah, they... Wait, is that the one? I don't know. I thought I had another one here somewhere. I must check. Okay, so I have the Merchant's Walls, Shirogane Castle, and Smithy. So I actually have them here. And these can't be marketed, which means I had tried them before. Don't know why I have the Shirogane Castle. I think someone gave it to me. The FC on Phoenix has a large smithy, partially because it's possible to place furniture in a way that lets you zip up the chimney on the roof. Really? That's really cool. Okay. Yeah. Huh. Let's check what it looks like if I do that quickly. Ah, okay. Damn, that looks... Look how empty and like, dead this looks. Oh god, dude. Nah. Like this is... It's just... It's a bad idea. It looks so empty. Look at it. Like, look at the garden here. Look at this section here. And then look when I put the other one back on eventually. Look at that. Oh my god, that is just like 100 times better. Because there's busy nonsense stuff happening everywhere. You can like sort of... There's all these items here that are freely put down. You don't have to expend your resources on them. Yeah, it's great. I want to look at those crates quickly. So there was like it's just... This is just the best one by far. Empty like my Lalafel's eyes. Yeah, well, I have to compensate somehow, right? So... Miscellaneous. The Garlean chests or boxes or whatever it was. Yeah, containers. Nah, that looks shit. They're actually too. They're actually too big. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've got, like, all the good stuff is already there. The miscellaneous is probably my best bet for something interesting. Snowy bench. The trees, there might be something okay as well. I don't know what I would put in though. I have the Far Eastern Pine and Far Eastern Willow, like, just chilling in my... The Far Eastern Willow is, like, one of my favorite trees, but it just doesn't match the aesthetic of my place. It's really nice, but it doesn't match. So you remember it costs about 110,000 1,000 to max out a Diablo Immortal character with 5 out of 5 gems. Turns out that was wrong. Each gem can also have 5 out of gems attached to it. So it comes out to around $500,000. How do you attach gems to it? What? Are you serious? How does that work? Wait, what does that mean if you attach gems to it? That's insane. Like, for reals? That can't be... Holy crap, that is really nice. This is value for money. And you can shop selling price. It just costs 7,500. Oh my god, I might use this. So what this can do is this can allow you to move everything up. So what I can do is I can, because this fills up the entire section in the back of the yard there, and it also mixes up the colors quite a bit. And what it does then is that even though it sort of contrasts a little bit, it contrasts in a good way. You know, it gives you like a little fairy tale garden in the back there, but it's like it's cheap in that it doesn't cost a lot and it fills up a lot of space as well. So I'm thinking, yeah, I'm probably gonna throw that in tomorrow. Where does one get it? Oh, I'll figure it out. That's really cool. Thanks, Tufty fella. I'm gonna look at that. But yeah, that's crazy.